Hey guys, it's time for the second video. As we're talking about the detox box, I want to break down each of the organ systems that we're going to be addressing and why. What do they do? How do you know if yours is affected? What can you do about it? And what is the connection? Because remember, in functional nutrition, what makes us really different than allopathic medicine is that we understand the connectivity between every part of your body. There is no part of your body that stands alone, isolated. Everything is connected. And central to that is gut function, because there's not one organ or organ system in your body that doesn't first start with gut function. And so everything that we talk about always starts with the gut and kind of revolves out. And so in this series, I'm going to talk about the liver. I'm going to talk about the kidneys. I'm going to talk about the intestines and the stomach and gut function and the gut microbiome. I'm also going to talk about the skin, because the skin is one of your detox organs. And then in the last video, we're going to talk about genetic pathways. So things like methylation and glutathione production and the ways that we are inherently designed to deal with environmental toxins, internal toxins, and just naturally cleaning the body out each day of waste. And so buckle in, because here we go. I'm trying to make these videos, like I said, as short as possible. I try to cram a lot of information into tiny videos so that they're manageable and digestible. Things I want to cover: where is the liver? What is the liver? What does it do? And how do you know if your liver might not be functioning optimally? So first things first, where's the liver? The liver is located in the upper right-hand portion of the abdominal cavity beneath the diaphragm and above the stomach over the right kidney. It weighs approximately 3 pounds, and it is your body's primary detoxification organ. Everything goes through the liver, everything. And this is why, we talk about alcohol all the time affecting liver function, and most people are aware that alcohol and drugs can damage the liver. But what they don't really think about is that things like high fructose corn syrup, agave syrup, diet sodas have the same effect, if not worse, than alcohol on the liver. So your non-alcoholic fatty liver disease can be caused by drinking a soda, especially diet sodas. And so, but anything with high fructose corn syrup. And people think that agave syrup is somehow healthier. It's not. And we have lots of information on this in Bedrock, but agave syrup is just as highly processed and unnatural as high fructose corn syrup. And those are things that only your liver can deal with. And so when you look at your diet, there are things every single day that we do that backlog that liver function. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit about what the liver's job is. The liver's job is first to digest, second to metabolize, third to detoxify the body, fourth protein synthesis, so the breakdown of proteins into amino acids so they can be used elsewhere in the body to create new cells, new tissue, new organs. And then also to store, you heard me, to store vitamins and minerals. This is why when we talk about eating liver and it being so nutrient dense, it's because the liver stores the vitamins and minerals that you're going to need later. Okay, so how do you know, my hair's a disaster today, how do you know if your liver isn't functioning optimally? If there's something that you are doing or have done that has somehow compromised the liver. So for example, what are some examples of problems associated with the liver? And what are some things we do that affect liver function? So first of all, if you take Tylenol, Advil, ibuprofen, Aleve, naproxen, aspirin, any non-steroidal anti-inflammatory on a regular basis, you are damaging the liver. If you drink alcohol, even occasionally, you're damaging the liver. If you consume anything that contains high fructose corn syrup, refined sugar, agave syrup, you're damaging the liver. If you have a diet that is high in sugars, sodas, pastries, candies, or even just occasionally you overindulge in those things, damages the liver function, stops it from doing what it needs to be doing to clean the body out. If you're overweight, if you're diabetic, if you've had a virus recently, or if you've had a vaccine recently, all of that stuff has to go through the liver, and it literally gunks it up so that it can't function optimally fast enough and do its job to get the other things, your environmental toxins, your free radicals out of the body. If you eat a lot of carbs or starches, or if you are a grain eater, cereal grains we know not only affect and damage the lining of the intestine and gut function, but they also lead to inflammation of the organs, including the liver. If you are exposed to pesticides through your food, through your environment, or through application. So whether or not you're using pesticides in your yard, or you live in an area where pesticides, Rocky, come here, are frequently used, like we live, come here, stop. We live near strawberry fields, and they spray the strawberries, and so we see a lot of toxicity environmentally through the pesticides used here in Florida. If you feel bloated or you feel constipated, you know, I did a video a while back talking about the fact that you should never feel bloated after you eat. And one of the first things people notice when we change their diet and we start to improve their health is that what they thought was normal, or what they thought was just signs of aging, and so they were just going to have to deal with it, was actually disease. And when you fix that and you start to know that what you thought was normal is actually abnormal, and you feel better, you're like, oh, wow. And I was that person who used to eat and feel bloated and think it was just a response to eating food, and that everybody got bloated after they ate. You should never feel bloated after you eat. If you feel bloated after you eat, then your digestive process isn't working properly, your detox organs aren't working properly, and you need help, and that's what we're here for. If you feel fatigued, especially if you feel tired but can't sleep, or you're sleeping but you wake up feeling fatigued, or you fall asleep and you wake up in the middle of the night for an unknown reason, a lot of that has to do with liver function. And then also, if you have any sign of hormone imbalance, irregular periods, PMS, PMDD, thyroid function problems, diabetes, which is an endocrine issue and a metabolic issue, all of that is connected to the liver. And we know that the liver and the kidney and the pancreas are connected. We think about that all the time. But we don't always talk about how diabetes affects liver function. We do talk about the kidneys and the pancreas a lot of times, but we leave the liver out. And they're all affected, and vice versa, how when the liver isn't functioning optimally, then the pancreas and the kidneys aren't functioning optimally, and oftentimes there's insulin issues, insulin resistance, metabolic damage, diabetes. I had said before, and the last point that I want to make before I close this out, because I don't want this to go very long, is I had mentioned that I was going to talk a little bit about thyroid function and the thyroid connection to the liver. And one of the liver's jobs that we didn't really talk about in the beginning of the video is hormone balance. And so the liver actually plays a role in balancing hormones, and that's why, you know, diabetes is a hormone issue. Insulin's a hormone. Cortisol is a hormone, your sex hormones are hormones, your thyroid hormones are hormones, and the liver itself plays a role in, I'm going to delete some of this stuff, in hormone function, hormone balance. And so we know that there is a relationship between the thyroid and the liver in both health and disease. Liver plays a role in thyroid hormone activation, inactivation, transport, and metabolism. And we know that it goes both ways. If the liver is damaged, then thyroid function is impaired. And if the thyroid is impaired, liver function is impaired. So all of these things are things that the detox box is going to help get a handle on. The detox box isn't the end-all be-all solution. It's the beginning of the process that then follows up with dietary changes, lifestyle, the customized nutrition, where we're treating each individual as an individual and optimizing your life as you go and evolving to fit where you're at based on all of these parameters in your life, your genetics, your symptoms, how you feel, where you live, how much sun exposure you get, what your diet looks like, what your stress looks like. It's all connected and it all matters. And that is what makes us more successful and more effective at helping you live your best life forever. Okay? So next video, we're going to talk about the kidneys, and I look forward to talking to you some more. I'm really excited about this. I hope you are too.